Okay, we're going live here on WHBW. Thank you, folks. Tommy Maroon here, thanking you for choosing this. I hope you're enjoying this. And you know what I figured? I figured, you know what? It's playoff time here in Northeast. It's playoff time here in the great state of Ohio. And why not do it by, celebrating with some brackets and bracket picking out here? Because that's always a lot of fun for sure. Yeah, it's working good. That's good. But anyways, let's get right into it. First off, Division 1, Region 1, as you can tell right there on your screen. Here I am in the corner. Hi, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Gotta know next time we go live, the goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the football season. I'm going to start things off by going up north. St. Ed's against Elyria. Picking St. Ed's. They should win that. Whoops. St. Ed's winning that. Glen Oak against Lorraine. That's going to be close, but I'm going with Glen Oak. McKinley ought to beat Strongsville. And now here's something. Mentor playing St. Ignatius. Now, St. Ignatius has had a rough season this year. They've only won 2 games. One of them was an Ohio-ranked game. So technically they are 1-8 in the Harbin rankings. But you know their only win was 2 this year. That's right. Their only win was to Mentor at Osborne Stadium. Anything you can do once, you can do twice, I guess. This is my big upset of Division 1, Region 1. St. Ignatius. Got to go with the Wildcats. I don't know how far they're going to go, but anything you can do once, you can do twice, I guess. Wadsworth against Brunswick. Wadsworth, the National Conference champions. I think they should win that easily. Medina against John Marshall. That's Medina. And then going down, Berea Mid-Park against Massillon Jackson. Berea Mid-Park, they've pulled off a good chunk of upsets if I pull up their Joe Idol page on my phone. They've been North Ridgeville. They've been Olmsted Falls. They've been Elyria. They're on a nice little 3-game winning streak. I think they can do it again. And then Cleveland Heights against Euclid. That should be easy. Cleveland Heights. So now time to go all the way back up. St. Ed's Glen Oak. That's pretty self-explanatory. St. Ed's. McKinley against St. Ignatius. I think that St. Ignatius Cinderella run ends there. Wadsworth Medina. Now that's going to be a good game. They faced off against each other earlier this season. The Grizzlies lost at Ken Duke Stadium by 17. Well, Medina's kind of had their struggles this season. They're 7-3. They've lost to Mentor by 1 point. They lost to Cleveland Heights in a high-scoring show. Lost to Olentangy. That's going to be a good game. I'm thinking Medina's going to win that. So Medina and Berea Mid-Park is my other upset because Cleveland Heights, as good as they are, I don't know about the schools they've played up against yet. We will see what happens. And St. Ed's should win, and Medina will win. It will be a rematch of 2021. And I think that the St. Ed's Eagles easily beat Medina once again. I mean, who else is it going to be other than St. Ed's? They're probably the best team in, Northeast Ohio. They're up there with schools like Hopen, which we will get to in a second. I mean, they're very good at what they do. They win a lot. And that's just what I think. Time to move on to Division 2, Region 5. Right here, Hoban Owlet picking the Hoban Knights. That will be an easy game for them. And then Barberton against Shaker Heights. I tell you, Shaker Heights, they haven't been that shabby this season, in my opinion. Looking at them right here, Shaker Heights will be going to Sharkey Stadium. They started off on a 6-0 run and then had reality slap them in the face with losses to Mentor, losses to Medina, losses to Cleveland Heights. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to pick up a win against Barberton. Give me the Magics that week. Riverside Maple Heights, that's pretty easy. The Beavers. Nordonia Twinsburg. I tell you, That's going to be a rematch of a game earlier this season in National Conference play. Twinsburg played Nordonia in what was a good game, my friends. 38-31. Nordonia came out on top. They've lost to Wadsworth. They've lost to Hudson back-to-back weeks. They're off back-to-back wins against Stowe and Brecksville, but Stowe isn't really the best of schools. They are one of the two schools that missed out on the playoffs in Division I, Region 1, which has to be frustrating for them. They won that one 41-10, but they only beat Brecksville 23-7. Why not Twinsburg? I mean, this is October. This is November. Anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen, in the wonderful world of OHSAA football. Hudson against Benedictine. Now, that is not a shabby game, contrary to what one might think. I mean, they've been St. Francis, they've been Buckdale, Normandy, and Brush or nothing. But still, I'm thinking Hudson. And then St. Vincent, St. Mary against Harding. Have they played each other earlier this season? Yes, they have. St. Vincent, St. Mary won that game. I think they do it again. John Hay against Austintown Fitch. Now, John Hay 5-4. Who have they played, you might be wondering? They've played schools like Cleveland Central Catholic, John Marshall, John Adams, Rhodes, and being John F. Kennedy, not Warren, John F. Kennedy. And they got trampled to Glenville 54-7 in NDCL and VASJ. Yeah, I'm picking Fitch. The Falcons win that. And Walsh will easily beat Firestone. So you see everything right there, folks. Except for the top. We'll get back to the top. Hoban against the Magics. I think the Magic show ends. Hoban wins. And Riverside against Twinsburg. I think Riverside wins that. Hudson against St. Vincent St. Mary. Picking Hudson. And Walsh will beat Austintown Fitch. And then Walsh will take down Hudson. Hoban will beat Riverside. That's going to be a good game, though. Riverside is really good at what they do. They've only lost twice this season, and they were close games. One to Kenston, the other one to Chardon. I think the Bombers ended up winning the conference. Yes, they did. Yeah, they did win their respective conference, so that's going to be a good game nonetheless. Hoban Walsh is probably what it's going to come down to. They played each other earlier this season. One was a bloodbath. Hoban scored like 50 points in the first half. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that. They went really easy in the second half. And what do you know, it was 57-7. Completely forgot that game was really anticlimactic. But yeah, Hoban will win that. 2 down and 6 more to go. All right, Division 2, Region 6. Yes, sir, Division 2, Region 6. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know the Highland Hornets are in it, and the Highland Hornets want to make some noise. We are on a mission from God to win Division 2, Region 6, and I pray to God that we win Division 2, Region 6. It won't be easy, though, because Avon is going to be on a roll. I don't know who else is going to win that region outside of Avon. Westlake Demons and the Brecksville Broadview Heights Bees. Looking at them right here. Westlake 7-3. They have played, whoops, I messed up right there. They have played good games against schools like Midview, Rhodes, Warrensville Heights, though. And North Olmsted they almost lost to. I'm thinking Brecksville is going to pull off that win. Southview against Rhodes. That is, of course, Cleveland Rhodes High School. I'm picking Southview to win that game. Olmsted Falls against Oregon Clay. Excuse me, just need to fix that. I'm picking Olmsted Falls. Good guys playing the Midview Middies. Yes, sir. That's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? I believe it will be, and we will be home for that game, which is going to be very exciting. And what's also going to be exciting is a contest for the Hornets. We bounced back after a heartbreaking loss last week. We're going to beat Midview. And then it's going to be Ridgeville against Valley Forge. North Ridgeville, I think, is going to come out on top. And Avon Lake will beat Fremont Ross. Anthony Wayne will be Toledo start. Avon against Brecksville. That game is going to be a straight up beatdown. I am picking Avon to win that. And then Southview against Olmsted Falls. I got the Bulldogs for that game. That should be a good one, though. Speaking of good games, a game that really scares me to death. Highland Ridgeville. North Ridgeville, very good at what they do. They have played a lot of good games this season, just like us. And looking at them, they are currently 7-3, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are 7-3. They beat North Royaltown walk-off field goal. They beat Olmsted Falls 10-3. Let's see. They lost to Midview. They lost to Berea Mid Park. But they crushed Amherst 36-0. I got a bad feeling about that game, though. I mean, I'm just scared to death. They played Valley Forge, by the way, earlier this season, won 41-6. So I think that game shouldn't be a contest. I hate doing this. North Ridgeville will win. Please prove me wrong, fellas. Prove me wrong. I don't want to be right. I want to be 100% wrong on that. Please do so. I have faith in you guys. I know you can do it. Please prove me wrong. God, I'm just nervous. I'm just very nervous. I'll tell you that. I mean, that loss to Aurora last week was very devastating. That's pretty honest. And that's pretty, I'll be pretty frank with you, very devastating. I don't know if we'll bounce back from that. And we'll bounce back from that with the win against Midview, but I don't know against Ridgeville, North Ridgeville. And then Anthony Wayne against Avon Lake, picking Anthony Wayne. They'll be the only team that's not from the SWC. And I think Anthony Wayne will win over North Ridgeville. Is that a comma? Yes, it is. And finally, Avon against Olmsted Falls. That's going to be a blowout. Avon, for those that are unaware, they have just gone nuts all season long. They have destroyed everybody. There's not been a game that's been close except for Glenville. Otherwise, everything has been a blowout. Dear God, they have the shot at making a state championship game and winning their first state championship. I don't think they've ever won the state championship before. And then Avon's going to win the region because, well, that's pretty much given. Now time for Division 2, Region 7. Looking at my time right now, we've gone through 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes right now, folks. Would be playing some games right now, but honestly, I need to save my battery for the heck of it. Massillon Washington against Central Crossing. Massillon Washington at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium is going to win that. Briggs against number 9. Number 9 being Westerville South, picking Briggs to win that. Lake against Perry. Now, I think they've played each other. Yes, they have. Earlier this season. 2 weeks prior, Perry lost 37-14. I'm thinking Lake's going to do it again. Northland against Big Walnut. Looking, have they played Big Walnut? No, they have not. And I think Northland wins it. Green will beat St. Charles. St. Francis de Sales against Hoover. Hoover 4-5 on the season. Yeah, 5-5 on the season. They beat Doane Community, which is an unranked school or unrated school in Cincinnati, 56-0. They beat Perry. They lost to Green by 7. They lost to Lake 21-7. I think they could pull off an upset. What do you think, folks? And then Independence against Watkins Memorial. Going to pick Watkins Memorial because that will be a good game. Canal Winchester, I think, will win. So that's what it looks like, folks. Ooh, I just realized something, that the line isn't there. Got to fix that. Right below Washington. There we go. It's fixed. Washington will win against Briggs. Lake, I think, will be Northland. Green will win over Hoover. And Canal Winchester will win over number 10, Watkins Memorial. So that's what it looks like right there, folks. I don't know if you can tell or whatnot. I'll move it down one more so you can see the entire semifinals. Can you say the entire semifinals? I hope you can. But that's what it looks like. Washington, Lake, Green, Canal, Winchester. Now, of course, Massillon, Washington, they've played 1, 2, 3, 4 teams outside of the state in Valdosta, Elkhart, Middletown, and St. John's. They are the only team to take down St. Ed's this season, and they should easily beat Lake, in my opinion. I don't care if they're at a neutral spot or not. And then I think Green's going to beat Canal, Winchester. Washington's just going to cruise their way to a easy Division II Region 7 win. I mean, they have 45.75 repeating Forever Harbin points. Is that the most in the entire state? Ooh, sorry for that voice crack, folks. I believe so. My goodness, they are truly one of the best teams in the entire state. They might do something that no Massillon, Washington team has done in over 50 years, and that's win a state championship. Yeah, the last time they did it was 1970. That is hard to believe. With legendary coaches like our very own Lee Tressel at BW. He coached at Massillon, Washington, I believe. And, of course, you have Paul Brown, who needs no explanation at all. Now it's time for Division 3, Region 9. We're halfway through this, my friends. So if this lasted 16 and a half minutes, we should have about 33-minute live stream. And maybe 40 minutes if I stretch it out long enough. Ursuline against New Philadelphia. 1 against 16. Ursuline will win. Akron East against Canfield. Akron East got drummed to Hoban, if I'm not mistaken. They lost by a score of 39-0. They lost to Ellett last night. Yeah, I'm going with Canfield on this one. Kenston against Dover, picking the Bombers. BASJ against University School. Let's see here. I got VASJ winning that. Aurora will beat Alliance. Of course, Aurora did a great job last night, especially on defense, just stifling defense. We didn't have an answer for it. They just took us to school. 9-7 win. I mean, we're a good school. We're a great team. It's just that teams against like Aurora and stuff, those aren't the easiest things in the world. Whoopsie doodles. Gotta fix that. Gilmore against Madison. Gilmore Academy against Madison. The Madison Blue Streaks have only lost twice this season. Once to Geneva, once to Perry, not Massillon Perry, with the Perry Pirates. I'm looking at them right here. What was I thinking of again? Gilmore Academy. Gilmore Academy is also 8-2. Their 2 losses came to VASJ and University. I'm going with Madison. I think they can do it. Chardon against CVCA Chardon. Geneva will beat Hawken. So that's what the round of 8 will look like. Ursuline against Canfield. That's going to be a game I want to watch. But I won't watch because I'll probably be at Highland Valley Forge or Highland North Ridgeville. Last we got upset. I'm still nervous about the game against Midview. I mean, Midview, looking at Midview again. Midview has not been shabby this season. They beat North Ridgeville. They've beaten, well, that's it, basically. That's the only good team they've beaten. They've beaten North Olmsted 2-8, Elyria Catholic 3-7, and Elyria 1-9. They even struggled to Elyria. I don't know if we're going to get a running clock against them, but I do know we should win. At least that's the intention, at least. Ursuline against Canfield. Did they play each other? No, they did not. Well, how about that? Janie didn't even make the playoffs this year. They were the 19th seed. They had a 5-4 record. That's kind of hard to believe. Usually they're up there. But yeah, they have not played each other, Ursuline and Canfield. Canfield has lost to Mansfield Senior, Olmsted Falls, and Poland Seminary. I think Ursuline's going to be a little bit too much for them. Ursuline, of course, undefeated. I think Kenston beats VASJ. Aurora against Madison, I'm picking the Green Men. And I think Chardon beats Geneva. think they pull off the upset. I mean, I know Chardon's had their struggles this season. They have not played Geneva this year. They've lost 3 games this season. All of them were relatively close games, and Colombian losing on a clutch 2-point conversion way back in week 2. And, of course, losing to Bishop Larson, Kenston back-to-back weeks. But they have returned with some wins. Ursuline playing Kenston. I am picking the Ursuline Fighting Irish. So we'll just write them down. Aurora against Chardon. I think Chardon can keep up their season, their impressive season, with a win. But it will end to Ursuline. Ursuline will come out on top. Do I really have number 1 seeds winning everything? Yeah, St. Ed's, Hoban, Avon, Washington, and now Ursuline. My goodness. Yeah, I'm not spicing it up that much, am I? I mean, looking at it, I mean, this is a thing. The thing is that, you know, there have been a lot of good schools this season, but everyone's just been lighting it up as the number 1 seed. The number 1 seed has been the go-to guys, the team to beat, the team to watch out for. That's just how it is, my friends. Division 3, Region 10, Toledo Central Catholic's probably going to be what Avon's going to be in Division 2, Region 6, what Washington's going to be in Division 2, Region 7, what Hoban's going to be in Division 2, Region 5. How could we forget the Knights? TCC is going to steamroll Bowling Green. Doesn't matter who wins Bay Defiance. Looking at Defiance right here. They have gone 7-3, losing to Van Wert by 1, losing to Oida by 1, and getting shut to Salina. And I think that Defiance can pick up a win there. Mansfield against Lexington. I'm going with Mansfield. Rocky River will be Clyde. As I type in Rocky River. Columbian against the Ashland Arrows. That won't be a bad game in my opinion. I mean, looking at Ashland right now, they lost to Buckeye Valley by 4. Got shut out to New Philly. But I don't think this will be their game. Tiffin Columbian, a team that beat Chardon earlier this season, will win. I got to go with Lutheran West as an upset. The Longhorns over number 6 Ontario. Even though they're 9-1, they've had some struggles, I guess, this season. Barely beating Lexington 17-14 at the wee beginning of the season. And they lost to Shelby 31-37 as well. They beat Highland, not us, though. The Highland in Morrow County, 34-20. Buckeye Sandusky, I'm picking Sandusky. Buckeye hasn't played anybody. Sandusky, God, can I type? Norton Revere, picking Norton. Now time to go all the way back up. TCC against Defiance. TCC, Rocky River, Mansfield, picking the Pirates. I think they can pull off a win over Mansfield. I mean, Rocky River just 9-1 on the season. Their only blemish coming to Perkins, who ran the table this year. My goodness, they've had themselves a fine season, that's for sure. So there is that. And of course, we'll get to that game in a minute between Central Catholic and Rocky River. Columbian against Lutheran West, picking Columbian. Sandusky Norton, picking the Panthers. I'm thinking that Columbian's going to beat Norton and end their Cinderella run of a season. TCC wins. Over Rocky River. And TCC, who else going to win Division 3, Region 10? I mean, they are just unbelievable. They are one of the best teams. They have 34.3479 Harbin points. They have taken down a lot of good schools. In fact, they have played 5 schools out in Michigan. They have beaten all of them. There's not been a game that's been in doubt except for Warren De La Salle. They shut out St. Ignatius. They beat St. John's Jesuit. They crushed St. Francis de Sales. And they beat Detroit Cass Tech. So, once again, another number 1 seed that's going to win the region. I mean, that's just how it is, I guess, in the world of division. In OHSA football, rather. But I guess that's just how it is. I mean, the number 1 seed, very good at what they do all season long. We'll see if they will be able to continue it in the upcoming Hudson for that one. Oh, I'm sorry for not reading that. We lost because we went for on fourth down, but didn't get. Yes, that's exactly why. I'd have to agree with that. We should have gone for the 28-yard kick. It's 48 in the NFL. I think what Coach Gibbons did, I think he was concerned because Carson hasn't made a single field goal at all this season. Yeah, I mean, if they made that PAT, we would have gone to overtime as well. I'd have to agree with you guys. And yes, it is nice to see TCC out of our region. I think that's a huge sigh of relief. I think that clears up a lot of stuff for us. Sorry for not reading the comments. Couldn't even see the comments on here. I had to look at it on my phone. But yeah, I think what happened was Coach Gibbons was concerned and was a little early in the game. Had it been later in the game, I think he probably would have kicked it. But yeah, that was still a questionable decision early in the game. I mean, you can't assume things. But yeah, that decision, a lot of costly mistakes last night. I mean, that was a game we should have won, that's for sure. We should have blown out Aurora. We just did not execute when it came down to the last few plays. It was rather rough to watch, and hopefully we will bounce back. Who's number 12? I assume number 12 for Division II region. 6, that's Oregon Clay, as you can tell right there. That's the team we played last year. We beat Oregon Clay in the first round. That's where Reese Weimer played his high school days. Of course, Reese, the Baldwin Wallace legend who almost gave us a dramatic comeback over Mount Union last year. He's an Oregon Clay grad. I told him that we were going to beat his team last year, and it turned out I was right. Canton South against Northwest, picking Canton South. I think they should win. Cardinal Mooney against Bucktown, 5-5 against 5-5, picking Cardinal Mooney. West Branch against Woodridge, picking West Branch. Because West Branch is 9-1 on the season. Whoops, hit the wrong team on my phone. Have they played West Branch? No, they have not. Or they have played Woodridge earlier this season at Woodridge. A 34-13 win against Woodridge. So there was that. And the next, Streetsboro against Beaver, picking Streetsboro. Now pulling Seminary going up against East Liverpool. Have they played East Liverpool yet? No, they have not. East Liverpool, what is their record? They are 6-4. Not too shabby. Their losses have come to Beaver Local, a blowout. Harrison Central, not really a blowout. Bel Air, a bit of a blowout. And Weir, which was a giant blowout. The West Virginia school. So in case you never heard of them before, that's why. Don't know what they're doing all the way up to Liverpool. Now in Columbiana County. I think that's a little southwest of us. Yeah, it is southwest of us. Poland's going to win. Struthers against Girard. Let's look. Struthers beat Girard at Girard 35-28, but maybe Girard can pull off an upset. You never know. Then you have McKinley. Niles McKinley, to be exact. Gets the school like Edgewood. That will be a good game. I got to go with Edgewood, though. And then Lake Catholic going to take on the Field Falcons. Fun fact for you. Coach Mike Gibbons' brother Marty is the head coach at Lake Catholic. And he has done a fine job this season. He has really done a great job, that's for sure. He has won so many times. And 8-2 record. I think he's going to pull off another win over Field. Canton South against Cardinal Mooney. Picking Canton South to win that. And then West Branch against Streetsboro. Going to pick West Branch. Poland Seminary against Girard. Going to pick Poland on that. And Lake Catholic will beat Edgewood. Lake Catholic has played a lot of big schools out there this season. I will admit that, as I got Canton South winning. And we got to look at what they've done this season. Lake Catholic, if I can find them. They are in Division 4 region 13, of course, as you can tell. They have beaten Kenston. They've handed Kenston their only loss this season. They lost only 62-38 to Walsh. Gave them a good fight. Beat NDCL earlier tonight, 42-14. They've been Holy Name, they've beaten Bucknell, Willoughby South, and they have won by comfy margins except for Padua and Erie, I guess. Padua 21-13, Erie 41-28. They lost to Cardinal Mooney, however, by a score of 29-26, but had they played now, I think that they would have won that game. Got to go with the Lake Catholic Cougars on that. And I think they're going to win the South. Or not South. They're going to win over Canton South. I think Lake Catholic, your first non-number one seed that's going to win the region. My goodness. How about that? I am spicing it up now. Time to go to our last region of the day. It is Division 4, Region 14. Perkins playing Vermilion. I'm picking Perkins to win that. So St. Mary's Memorial against Wauseon. Picking St. Mary's Memorial. West Holmes, I think, will beat Bryan. And then Firelands Falcons against Galleon. Let me check those two schools if I can. Galleon, did they play Firelands? They beat Highland as well. The other Highland, once again, from Morrow County. I feel like Gru from Despicable Me. We stole the Eiffel Tower from Vegas. We stole the Statue of Liberty, also from Vegas. Anyways, great movie, but as I was saying, they beat Highland from Morrow County 23-21. They lost to Ontario 59-35. Lost to Pleasant 14-13. And let's see, Firelands, they have not been that bad this season. They've had 3 straight shutouts against Keystone, Oberlin, and Wellington. They lost a close game to Clearview. They lost a close game to Columbia. I got to go with Firelands on this one. They did not do bad in the Lorain County League. In fact, they are in Lorain County, as you might expect. So anyways, let's look out here. Shelby against Cleveland Central Catholic. Gotta go with Shelby on that. And Van Wert against River Valley. Looking at Van Wert right now. They have lost to Salina. They've lost to Wapakoneta. They've lost to St. Mary's Memorial. Meanwhile, River Valley's 4-6 on the season. They have looked a little lost this year. They lost 8-0 to Clear Fork. I got Van Wert winning that one. Bellevue against Napoleon. Napoleon, they played Sylvania Southview last night. Gave them a run for their money, losing 20-14. And Bellevue, the Redmen, let's see what they did. They have beaten Wauseon, Shelby, Norwalk. They lost to Perkins, and they've beaten schools like Port Clinton and Vermilion, but still, I don't know. 5-5 against 6-4. No, 5-5 against 5-5. I'm thinking that Napoleon comes on top. And then Glenville against Bath. Glenville's got to win. I know Glenville's kind of struggled this season. They've lost to IMG. They lost to Avon. They lost to Hoban. I mean, clearly they're not as good as those schools. I mean, they're not as big as those schools. But they're still, nonetheless, a powerhouse in Division 4. That's for sure. Perkins against St. Mary's Memorial. Picking Perkins to win that. Firelands against West Holmes. Picking West Holmes. Shelby against Van Wert. You know what? I think Van Wert can pull off an upset again. Or not an upset, but a win. Napoleon against Glenville, picking the Tarblooders. And we will have a Perkins-Glenville showdown in a Division 4, Region 14. God, can't speak, can I? I think Glenville wins that. So, another non-number one seed that comes out on top of their respective regions. So, we'll see how that will fare. It should be some fun. It should be some excitement. Should be some action. We are at 497 subscribers. We'd like to remind you that our goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the football season. Hopefully we can do that. At least that's the plan. So we're going to review over things one more time before we say good night from my house in Hinckley, Ohio. Do you know where I live? I hope you don't. Maybe you do know where I live. St. Ed's will beat Medina in Division 1, Region 1. That'll be a good game. Hoban will beat Walsh. That'll also be good. Avon Anthony Wayne. Those are number 1 against number 2. But a number 1 against number 3. Massillon Washington against Green. Division 3. You got number 1 against number 7. I think Chardon can get on a run right now. I mean, they're a good school. They have gone to the state championship and won the state championship a few years back. I know they did 2020 and 2021. I got to go with Ursuline, though. I think they come out on top. And Central Catholic's going to be the team to beat. Once again, St. Ed's is a team to beat. Hoban's the team to beat. Avon's the team to beat. Massillon Washington is the team to beat. Central Catholic the team to beat. I'm just very grateful that we are not playing TCC in the region. Thank God they got demoted down to Division 2 region. Division 3 region 10. Because, I mean, they would probably be, let's see here, looking at Division 2 region 6, at the Joe Idol rankings, they had 34 points. They'd be the 2 seed. That'd bump us down to the 4 seed. And we'd have a date with Destiny against Avon in the semifinals rather than the finals, which would not be easy. So at least we get to dodge Avon for the time being. As you could tell, we're right here. And Avon all the way up there. So maybe we can get something cooking, question mark. Wake Catholic, I think, will be the one that wins Division 4, Region 13, and Glenville will win Region 4, or Region 14 in Division 4. Would have done Divisions 5 through 7 out here, but I don't know. Because it would have been a little bit rough. Would have made this live stream last a little longer out here, but that's it. I think we're done for tonight here on WHBW. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Gotta know next time we go live. Till then, Tommy Maroon, wishing you a good rest